Hello students, I'm back again with lesson number 3, Safe Again from your Gulmohar reader book. I hope children, you all are keeping fine and safe at home. This story is about a wintover, a small baby wintover. Do you know children what kind of bird is a wintover? It's a hunting bird. It's also called as kestrel. Here, the baby wintover tells us its own story. Safe Again is adapted from Wintover. It's written by Alan Brown. Alan James Brown has written books for children and adults. He became a writer 25 years ago after working as a teacher and writing about computers. Children, before moving to our lesson, we will learn some word meanings of the lesson. Chipping, the sound of the beak tapping the hard shell of the egg to break it so that small chick could come out of the shell. Hooked, curved like a hook. Children, this is called hook. You can see the bird's beak is curved like a hook. Burst through, comes out suddenly. When mother bird keeps on tapping on the hard shell of the egg, it breaks. Then tiny chick comes out of suddenly. Pale, light in color, not bright, struggles out of its shell, comes out of its shell with great difficulty. It's not very easy to comes out of the shell. Fluffy, very light and soft. Small chicks, baby chicks are having fluffy feathers. That means very light and soft feathers. Shuffle, walk slowly and noisily without lifting the feet. Roost, roost means nest, the place where a bird sleeps. So children, let us start the lesson. This lesson starts with an introduction of the bird wintover. So let us start the reading. A wintover is a small hunting bird, also called a kestrel. Many times the bird just hovers. It stays in the air, flapping its wings, but not moving forward. Here, a wintover tells its own story. Most of the time, wintover just hovers. Hovers means the bird keeps flapping its wings in one place only, stays in the air and flaps its wings without moving forward. Here, baby wintover narrates its own story. Now, let us read the next lines. When I open my eyes, the sky is the first thing I see. The wind is the first thing I feel. I hear chipping from the egg close to my own broken shell. A hook beak bursts through. Here children, I is wintover. Children, it is speaking to us. One day, this tiny wintover chick is born. When it opens its eye, the first thing it sees is the sky. And the first thing it feels is the wind. Then he hears chipping from the egg close to its own broken shell. Then he sees a hook beak comes out of that shell. Now let us read the next lines. There is more chipping and I see a tiny pale head. A chick struggles out of its shell, and then another. They are my brother and sister. He can hear more chipping sound. That means the mother bird keep on tapping on the hard shell of the eggs so that other chicks can also come out of the shell. After a little struggle, its own brother and sister come out of their shells. Now let us read the next line. Our mother and father bring us mice as fast as they can catch them. We eat them and grow fast, but I grow the fastest. Now the baby Wintover is telling us that its parents bring mice for them to eat. They grow fast by eating these mice, but the baby Wintover is the fastest in growth. Now let us read the next line. We live in a hole in the wall of a school. Children, where do they live? They live in a hole in the wall of a school. Now next line. We stretch out wings and flap them just like our parents do. Here, their parents are training them how to flap their wings and how to fly. Now children, let us read the next lines. The children in the playground are now looking up and pointing at us. They are saying, look at the baby Wintovers. Look at their fluffy feathers. Here, the children in the playground notice them. And they are saying that, look at those baby Wintovers. And how they are flapping their soft wings. Now, let us move to next line. One evening after school, I hear a sound of footsteps coming towards us. We shuffle to the back of the roost. One evening, this baby Wintover hears a sound of footsteps coming towards them. So they become frightened. So they slowly move to the back of the roost. Do you know what is the meaning of roost? It means nest. Children, before moving to our next lines, we will learn some more word meanings from this lesson. Creature. Creature means a living being, a person or an animal. Strike. Strike means hit, fight. You can see the picture of this bird, Wintover, how it's striking with its claws. Strange. Strange means not usual. It's different. Unusual. Rare, odd, all these meanings are for strange. Bundled into a sack. Roughly put into a sack. You can see a picture of this sack. The baby Wintover is inside this sack. Dazzled by the light. Made to shut the eyes because the light is very bright. Crash into strong bars. Hit against long, straight, hard pieces of wood or metal. Beat my wings. Make my wings move up and down. You can see the picture of birds, how they are moving their wings up and down. Now children, let us read the next lines. We see a dark shape over us and we screech, kee, kee. This is not a mother or father. Children, they see a dark shadow coming towards them. So they started screeching, kee, kee. And they understood That dark shadow is not their mother or father. Now children, these birds started feeling insecure. Now let us move to next lines. The creature does not smell like a bird. I peck at it and strike with my claws. The creature makes a strange noise and holds me tight. I am bundled into a sack and taken from my home. A creature with no bird smell arrives and takes this baby Wintover out of the nest. It tries to escape from this creature by pecking at it and striking with his claws. Children, this creature makes a strange noise and holds this baby Wintover tightly, and it is bundled into a sack and carried away from its home. Children, let us move to next lines. After a while, someone opens the sack. I am dazzled by the light. I try to fly, but crash into strong bars and fall in a cloud of feathers. Where is my home? Where are my parents? My brother and sister? Where is the sky? Children, after some time, someone opens the sack. The light struck on the Wintover's eyes, and he is unable to see for a short time. Now it is in a cage. He tries to escape from that cage, but it hits into strong bars. Now he is little worried. Where is it? Where are his parents, brother and sister? Where is the sky? He can't see them. So children, if you are not able to see your family members, you will be worried. Same thing happens with this small Wintover chick also. Now let us move to next line. Again and again I throw myself against the bars and fall. Here again and again it tries to come out of the cage. And again it hits into strong bars. Now let us move to next lines. Then I hear a voice say, I want you for myself, my friend, just for myself. Children, then he hears a voice says, I want you for myself, my friend, just for myself. So children, who is the creature here? He's a boy, a lonely boy who is looking for a friend and companionship. So he wanted to keep this little baby Wintover as a friend to play with it. Now children, let us move to next line. When he brings me food, he does not tear it into small pieces, and so I cannot eat it. I become thin and weak. Children, this boy brings food for this Wintover, but this small Wintover cannot eat because he does not tear that food into small pieces. After all, it is a small bird. It cannot eat big pieces of food. So it became thin and weak. Now let us move to next line. The boy now covers my head and I feel my feet being tied. I am carried when I can feel the wind in my feathers. I beat my wings and try to fly, but I cannot. Children, the boy makes every effort to take care of the bird, but the care the boy gives is less than the care he got from his parents. Now, the boy takes it out of its cage and covers its head and ties its legs. Then he carries the baby Wintover where it can feel the wind in its feathers. It means now it is in a open air. It is in the field. Wintover beats its wings to try to fly, but it cannot because its legs are tied. Children, before moving to next lines, we will learn some more word meanings. Exclaims, speaks with sadness and shock. Oh no, hiss at me, make an angry noise to chase me away. You can see the picture of birds, how they are looking angry and chasing the other bird away. Now, let us read the next lines. You stole our Wintover, cries a girl. Leave me alone, the boy shouts at her. Now, in the open field, a girl sees that boy has a baby Wintover. So, the girl cries that the boy has stolen their Wintover baby. But children, the boy does not want to lose his chick because he loves it and he wants to keep it for himself. Now, next line. What has happened to him? He's so thin, the girl exclaims. I want to keep him. He's mine, the boy. The girl sees that the bird has become thin and weak, but the boy wanted to keep it. Now, let us move to next line. A wild bird can't be yours. You must put him back or he will die, says the girl. But I don't want him to die. The boy's voice becomes soft and kind. If you put him back, I promise not to tell anybody, says the girl. Suddenly I am free. I can hear the noise of the playground. Soon I am home. Children, now when the girl sees that the bird has become very thin and weak, she tries her best to convince the boy that the wild bird could not be his and the bird would not be put back into its nest. It will die. Then, children, the boy listens to the girl and sets the bird free. Now, let us move to next line. My brother and sister hiss at me. Don't they know me? I say, kee, kee. I hear great beating wings once more. My mother is flying down to feed me. She remembers her first chick, and now I know I am safe. Children, now the baby Wintover is free and it can hear the noise coming from the playground. Soon it is back in its home. But what is it? Its brother and sister are not recognizing him. They are making angry noise and chasing it away from its home. Then it hears beating of its mother's wing. Its mother comes and feeds it. She still remembers its first chick, and now the little bird feels safe again at its home. Children, every creature on this world has a right to live freely. If we keep them in cages, they can never be happy. And we are snatching their right to live freely. So children, let the animals and birds live freely. I hope children, you have enjoyed this story. Now there is a small homework for you. Read the lesson carefully. Learn the spellings of difficult words from the lesson. Children, soon we will meet with the second part of this lesson. Till then, take care.